What's up, guys? So today we're going to be taking a look at these Morimoto XB LED fog lights. I just got these in. I'm super excited to get them on my truck, and I thought I'd show you them and how to install them and check out how they look. These are going on my 2016 F-150, but they'll fit on anything in that similar body range of like 15 to 17 F-150s. They make them for other models too, and so you can expect pretty similar results, but these specifically, like I said, for the in my case 16 F-150, and I'm super excited to get them installed, so let's check them out. So here are those lights, and they come pretty well packaged, and they look really good. There's a nice hard, looks like a plastic cover over the front of it, and it's actually pretty sturdy. This housing is metal. I wasn't expecting that. It's very well made, and it's got a nice projector on the inside. Here's the other one that goes on the other side. These look really good. I can't wait to get them on my truck. So the first step to installing your new fog lights is, of course, to remove the old ones. For me, it's going to be easier to do this from below the bumper because I have oversized wheels. There's not a lot of room in there. So I'm going to go under the bumper and show you what you need to do. There is a small little piece off the factory lights that you need to retain, so be careful while you're doing this, and I'll show you exactly what you need to keep and how to get it out of there. So once you get under your truck, behind the bumper you'll find the fog light, which is this thing right here. And you're going to need to take out this Phillips screw, which is also holding this spring. And that's your adjustment spring. That's how you aim your fog lights. So you'll need to take out that Phillips screw and that wiring harness. Alright, so I've got the screw. Make sure you get the spring as well. Don't lose the spring. Alright, just a simple counterclockwise turn, and the bulb comes out. Okay. So now we need to get the fog light itself out of the housing, and for this you're going to need a long flathead screwdriver or some kind of plastic trim piece or some kind of prying tool. So the way this works is there's little plastic clips on either side of the fog light that are kind of clipping it together, pushing in on it. So you're going to use your whatever you're using as a pry tool to kind of get in there and disengage that clip. Alright, there's one. Okay, so after some trial and error, I did finally get the fog light out of the bumper. Now I want to show you kind of what I did so that you can understand, because it took some trial and error, and it's not really super easy. So I'm going to show you what I did. So this would be the left side of the truck, and this would be the right side of the truck. What I did was I came in originally and popped out the outside clip of the fog light by just kind of prying, and that causes this to kind of sit sideways in there, and you've got that one undone. Then what I did was I got back under the bumper and then went in, because I can see this one from under the bumper, and kind of just pried it out from outside of the housing, and then pushed this from behind forward so that it disengaged the two clips. The problem is the housing is so tight that when you undo one, it doesn't want you, there's not a whole lot of room to pry out the other one. So I pried this one from the inside, pop it out, and then came around and from the outside undid this clip and pushed it forward. I hope that makes sense, because it's really hard to kind of explain without showing it to you exactly what I did. You could also just take the tire off and then undo the inner fenders, and then you have better access to it, but I was trying to avoid that, and I was able to do it without doing that, so I wanted to show you how I did it. It does take a little bit of time and effort. Like I said, some trial and error, but you can do it. It's not that bad. Alright, so I did mention that you are going to need one piece from your old fog light for your new fog lights, and that's this little white piece back here, part of the adjustment screw. So I'm just going to take a pair of pliers and squeeze and push it out, and then grab it. And that's all you're going to need from your old head fog lights. So you can go ahead and grab your new fog lights and install that little piece facing down, just like that. Alright, so you do actually have to put your own wiring connectors on these Morimoto lights, but they do include them from the factory, which is super easy. So you just take these little protective sheets off, take the wiring connector with the little locking piece on the top, and the left one is going to be the red wire, and then the right one will be the black wire. Alright, and you see they've got these little gaskets here. Just push them in until they click. They will lock into place, and you're all good to go. Alright, well, reinstalling, or I should say installing your new fog light is probably the easiest part. Make sure you've got the little plastic piece for the adjustment knob that I had you put in earlier. Just feed the wire through and push it in. Now go ahead and get back under the truck so you can reinstall that adjustment screw and adjustment spring that I had you saved from earlier, and then connect the wiring. Alright. And then also reinstall that screw. And then reinstall that screw. Now, this screw is used, like I said, to aim the fog lights. A good place to start would probably be where you found it on your factory fog lights, but you are going to need to re-aim them regardless because it's a completely different beam pattern. So just kind of get it tightened up. And then get the little wiring, your new Morimoto lights, and plug it into your factory harness, and you are all done. Just repeat with the other side, and you'll be good to go. Alright, now let's take a look at a nice little side-by-side comparison. Obviously the Morimotos are on the left and the stock fog lights on the right. And at first glance it looks like the stock fog lights are outperforming, but when you actually really look at it, they're not. The stock fog lights shoot most of their light down right in front of the truck where you don't actually get to use it because you can't see there because of the hood. The Morimoto's hotspot is much further out front. You can see where the Morimoto's banded light really is compared to the stock fog light is very dim on the stock fog light. The Morimotos actually go a little bit wider as well, and that dim spot on the Morimotos up front you can't see because of the hood. So let's take a look at just the stock fog lights completely in. So they actually throw a pretty good beam pattern right out front. They don't go very wide. I think they actually might go a little bit further, but really the whole point of a fog light is to see the sides of the road, what's right in front of you. And the Morimotos, as you'll see in this picture here, do a much better job of that. They throw a lot wider, and they throw a lot more light right in front of the truck where you're using it. That, like I said, that dim spot you don't see because of the hood. That bright band of light right in front of the truck is what you're using, and it makes an incredible difference when you're driving down the road. So I'm fully impressed with these headlights. I hope this little review was helpful for you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel to help me make more videos like this. And if you want to purchase one of these, there will be a link down in the description where you can do that.